People get ready, there's a train coming. You don't need no luggage just to get on board. All you need is faith, all the D's on. You don't need nothing, no, just thank the Lord. People get ready, people get ready, people get ready. Come on, people get ready, oh, people get ready.
On this very day, 30 years ago, four voices came together in perfect harmony. Brothers Michael and Andrew joined schoolmates Phil and Toby for a talent quest that would forever change their lives. From that first performance in Sydney's West as the Four Tracks to the bright lights of Las Vegas 3 decades later, it's been an incredible ride for human nature.
Bankstown Town Hall, Western Sydney in 1989, and the Four Tracks made their debut. Encouraged by the response and their shared love of music, the boys started building their repertoire while they continued their school years, from busking to talent quests.
What other sort of songs do you do, boys?
Well, we did do barbershop stuff, and then we've become modern and all that.
And the boys weren't the only ones at school finding fame on the small screen.
Well, at the school that we went to, you were meant to play football and you certainly weren't meant to be part of a 4-boy band, and they could probably stick it to all those people that thought they were a bit daggy back then.
The club scene was flourishing, and the Four Tracks found themselves with regular bookings and a growing number of fans. One, in particular, changed the course of history with a phone call to Sony's Dennis Handlin.
I rang Dennis and I said, there's a group of people here you must see. And Dennis said, oh, righto. He saw them at 9 o'clock that morning.
They came into the boardroom and did 2 songs a cappella. One of those was People Get Ready. That blew me away, and I signed them on the spot.
You got it going, yeah.
Human Nature now took centre stage. Their first album went platinum, staying in the ARIA chart for over a year with 3 top 10 hits. As much as their perfect harmonies hit a chord, Human Nature had honed their live performance. And in the late 90s, toured the world as the opening act for Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson and Celine Dion.
Andrew, Michael, Phil and Toby, it's been more than 20 years since we toured together, and those were great times back then. Wow.
While touring, they were recording their second album, and in 1998, Counting Down debuted at #1 on the ARIA charts, and their biggest hit single was released to the world.
They're very talented, totally professional outfit. They're a great bunch of guys. I enjoyed singing with them very much. I love listening to them.
They were Australia's biggest pop group, and they appeared on every major TV show.
Making an impact both in Australia and overseas. Human Nature!
Human Nature.
Human Nature, Human Nature.
Are you Michael from Human Nature?
As we entered the new millennium, Human Nature left boy band behind, rolling the dice with their career and reimagining the sounds of Motown.
I'll always remember our meeting about the Motown concept 15 years ago. Little did we know you'd be in Vegas for 10 years and counting, doing those songs, and thanks to the brilliant support of Smokey Robinson as well. That was a career-defining moment.
When I first heard them sing, man, it blew me away. Never in my wildest dreams would I have thought that 4 young guys from Australia would capture the Motown sound so well and continue that tradition.
Smokey took them all the way to Las Vegas, where they took up a residency in 2009 and have played to sell-out crowds ever since. 3 very successful albums, an ARIA Award, sold-out national tours. 2019 sees more milestones for the boys. An Order of Australia for services to the performing arts, over 2,000 Las Vegas shows, and their 10th anniversary as Las Vegas headliners.
Their warmth, infectious manner, homegrown spirit and sense of humour has driven their success and kept them on top of their game. We are all so proud of you, me especially.
I love them. and what a wonderful representation they are of Australian music.
Las Vegas loves you. Australia is proud of you.
To me, they will always be the 4 tracks.
Andrew, Mike, Phil and Toby, I'm so incredibly proud of you. Your talent, loyalty and decency have always been the backbone of who you are. You are family. Congratulations on your induction into the ARIA Hall of Fame, boys.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Welcome, boys. Inducted well. Good on you.
I just think you are awesome. Well done. I love you.
Tell me, baby, where did we go wrong? How did we lose a love so strong? Tell me, baby, where did we go wrong? How did we lose a love so strong? Tossing aside the make me right, chasing the bodies tonight. There's no reason why one of us should die and say goodbye. He don't love you now. If I was your man, I'd be here every day. If I was your man, wouldn't treat you that way. He's never home, he never comes. And when you tell me he's yours, if I was him and you were mine, girl, you know it for sure. You were mine, give you it all. Why can't you see he's thinking he don't love you now, but he don't want anyone else to have you. He don't wanna let go. So baby, tell me why you let him treat you so. And I would do anything to have you. Make him love what you wanna do. He don't love you, no. Crawling out around the world, are you ready for a brand new beat? The summer's here and the time is right for dancing in the street. Oh, you never know what you wear, just as long as you are there. So come on, every night, all over, everywhere, around the world, we'll be dancing, dancing in the street. We're dancing in the street. Dancing in the street. Dancing in the street. Never before have I seen you look so blue. Can't find a cure, and nothing competes with you. The end of the tunnel doesn't shine. The end of the day. I'll say this. Every time you cry, save up for your tears. I will be your rainbow when it disappears. Wash away the pain till you start again. I will be the one who dries your eyes. Every time you cry, save up for your tears, and I will be your. I will be the one who dries your eyes every time you
Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate this year's inductees into the ARIA Hall of Fame, Human Nature.
Wow. Man, this is so overwhelming. I want to thank you so much. Just to be up here to be inducted in the Hall of Fame is unbelievable. And tonight for us is built on thank yous. And the first one really goes to the ARIA board for this incredible, incredible honour. You know, it was actually, as Richard said, 30 years ago tonight that I asked these three guys in the schoolyard to sing with me, which for schoolboys in the late 80s was pretty radical. But they said yes. And so this is a dream that started as four guys singing on stage in Bankstown Town Hall. So to be here tonight with those amazing inductions and just to see across our career what we've been blessed to do together is just amazing. Awesome.
Well, you know, when we started together in high school, Andrew, Toby and Phil, they were 15, 16 years old. And I was a 12-year-old boy soprano. And nothing says popular at high school like boy soprano. So they were good times. So being in the group for that long is kind of hard to comprehend, really. It's literally everything we've done has been a part of shaping the person that I am. So one of the first inspirational memories for me was our mums sitting us down and making us read a book called The Power and the Passion. And it was all about how to make it in the record industry. And our mums, yes, I'm talking to you, knew we were serious about this career and this was their guiding hand for us. And reading that book really instilled in us the idea that it's so important as artists to be across every part of your business, and that has stayed with us always. And from kids on that stage in Bankstown to the very, very young men up here tonight, we've always respected every single performance we give as being just as important as the next. And one particular performance you heard about changed the rest of our lives. Dennis Hanlon was in the room and he signed us to a record deal on the spot. And we seriously thought that's how things worked. You know, you sing in a boardroom, you get a record deal, you make a record, you tour the world with Michael Jackson, Celine Dion. Simple, right? Turned out to be a bit more difficult than that. But we have been with Dennis and the Sony family for now more than 25 years, which is just pretty amazing. And we love you, Dennis, so much. And thank you to everyone at Sony Australia for your belief in us. You are just a force of human nature that is strong within our lives to this very day. Thank you, mate.
Now, we are all witnessing history here tonight because for the first time ever, ARIA is inducting a boy band into the Hall of Fame. Yes! Now, I must admit, I've never thought of myself as being part of a boy band. You know, for the first 10 years, from 1996 to 2006, I don't know if I owned a shirt that had sleeves. I also dyed my hair peroxide blonde to sing the national anthem at the Sydney Olympics, and yep, I'm still proudly wearing my eyebrow ring from 1997. But hey, that's just me. Now, even though the knees hurt a little more, we can still manage to bust out those crutch-busting moves that you saw a minute ago. And we are totally at peace with being called a boy band. Now, I mean, this boy band thing has worked out pretty well. We've just celebrated 10 years on the Las Vegas Strip. And thank you. And I want to say, with our deepest thanks to the man who welcomed us into a studio in LA and listened to us sing an a cappella version of one of his greatest hits, Ooh Baby Baby, and then set about making us Vegas headliners, and that is the incredible Smokey Robinson. You know, that legend made one of our dreams come true, and he did instill in us some very sage advice. He said, boys, you'll always meet the same people on the way up as you do on the way down, so always stay as humble as you are. And so, Smoke, we love you, and just to clarify, we're not planning on making our way down anytime soon. Now, over all that time, the things that we've felt really matter are being true to yourself, really taking your craft seriously, and, always respecting those who love and support you. We've always tried to treat every person we work with the greatest respect and try and remain humble ourselves. But our most overwhelming gratitude goes to our fans and anybody who has seen us live and loved our music. You guys have made this continue for such a long time, and we truly, truly love you. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you. Now, I'm sure a lot of you out there are wondering how the hell we managed to stay together for 30 years. It's longer than most marriages these days. But a lot has happened over those last 30 years, and I have a little bit of a passion for statistics, so I'm going to list a few off here for you. In those 30 years, we have performed over 4,000 performances, with just a handful of cancellations, only one of them due to a hangover. I won't name any names. We've performed for more than 10 million people and only had objects thrown at us once. Thank you, Shell Harbour Workers Club.
Keep it real.
Yeah. We've worn through more than 200 jackets and torn through about 400 pairs of pants. We've stayed in over 1,000 hotels and we're rock and roll enough to break one TV stand.
Come on.
Apologies to the Gold Coast Marriott. We've done about 2 million synchronised dance moves, but only dislocated one knee and had one bulging disc. I said disc. Disc. And in those 30 years, yes, we have had many fights and arguments, but the main reason we have stayed so strong is because we all feel the same passion for this, and we're also quick to forgive. It always was, and it still is, 4 high school mates growing up and sharing this journey together, side by side. So I'd like to say a huge thank you to the amazing team who get us through what we do every day, from our wonderful manager Jen Fontaine and everyone at Private Idaho Management. Our agents both here and in the US, that's Tony Grace and Adam Steck. Love you, mate. To all of the incredibly talented musicians and truly dedicated crew who've been able to share, we've been able to share the stage with, and to all of those creative people who've helped us evolve into the artists we are today, we thank you all so sincerely. But most importantly, a huge thank you to our parents. We wouldn't be here without you, well, obviously, but quite seriously, to our parents and to our extended families, we love you so much, and thank you so much for all of your support. Making music as a career is such a gift. The power of music to bring joy to people's lives is incredible. And, we're so proud to be part of taking Australian music and the Australian way of interpreting music to the world. And in this country, we have so much talent. And I just hope that some young artists watching tonight might be inspired by our unlikely journey to this stage. You saw that... some hideous photos in that video package, and, who would have thought they'd be up here? And just our testimony to staying true to yourself. I hope you see that, and you keep working at your craft, you learn every day, and you keep chasing your dreams. And, moving across the world as we did was probably the biggest gamble we took in the whole 30 years since asking these guys to sing with me. And so that wouldn't have happened without the love, unconditional love and support of our beautiful partners and families. And I want to firstly thank my beautiful wife Heather and my gorgeous angel Violette. I thank God for you guys every day. You are the greatest part of my life. You are my biggest fans, and I love you with every ounce of who I am. So thank you.
And I'd like to send all my love to my very own personal Hall of Fame, which is Darren, Harvey, Roxanne, Lauren, Sadat, Injiazu, Layla and Norm. I love you guys to death, and thank you so much for the support you've given me and all of us over the years and helping us continue what we do. Thank you so much.
And of course, I would like to thank my absolutely beautiful and supportive wife Justine and my gorgeous kids Willow and Xavier. You guys mean the world to me, and I could not do this without you, so I love you all very, very much.
And a big thanks to my beautiful wife as well, Andrea, and my daughter Isabel, who just the world to me. Thank you guys. Love you.
Thanks to the ARIAs, and here's to the next 30 years for us. You guys are wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Coming up, the awards for Album of the Year and Song of the Year, presented by YouTube Music. And next, Dylan Olcott presents the Breakthrough Artist and chart topper Khalid performs live, right here on the 2019 ARIA Awards.